a bit late on this, but big physics news! On March 24th of this year, for the first time ever, antimatter was transported in a truck over 3 kilometers around the CERN campus. That's right, first time we have ever actually moved antimatter away from a facility. Now, we've been able to create antimatter for quite a while. At CERN, there is a location known as the Antimatter Factory. Here's a picture of me visiting the Antimatter Factory from last year, and it is the only place in the world that regularly produces antimatter. So what is antimatter? Well, antimatter is kind of like normal matter, except it has a different charge. So, for example, in our world we have electrons, which have a negative charge. But an anti-electron, which we call a positron, is just like an electron, but it has a positive charge. Same goes for other particles. So you can have antiquarks that make up antiprotons, right? A proton normally has a positive charge, but now you can have an antiproton which has a negative charge, and so on and so forth. I didn't label those at all, but you know what I was talking about as you saw them. So we've been able to produce antiparticles for a bit, but the issue is they're hard to store. See, when a piece of matter, let's say that we have a proton and an antiproton, and they collide together, well, when an antiparticle interacts with its opposite particle, its inverse, its anti-antiparticle, or its regular matter. So here we got proton, antiproton. When they collide, they annihilate and produce light, or photons. So this annihilation essentially destroys the antimatter. And since our world is made up of mostly matter, well, it's very easy for antimatter to annihilate. But we've been able to capture it by using fields, predominantly electromagnetic fields, so electric fields, the electric force, magnetic fields. We can store antimatter within a vacuum. And recently, one of the many experiments at the Antimatter Factory, the base experiment, has been working on this component called the base step, which is designed to store the antimatter and be able to transport it. And that's what they transported it with for a little bit around the CERN campus. Now, it only went 3 kilometers, but hopefully it'll eventually be able to store the antimatter for long distances, and it can be shipped out to other universities in Europe and around the world. Imagine that. You could just make an order for some antimatter and have it show up. That is really cool.